Hi, my name is Inez, and I'm here with Abtalks Music. If I have to say music, my mom. I like to teach people our culture. In that moment, I started my music. For me now, and at that moment, that was the right choice. I'm just flying my way till I find my destination.
Okay, so we'll do this interview in English, Darija, and Arabic.
Yes, let's go.
Hello?
Yes.
Okay. Hi.
Hi.
Why are you nervous?
I'm so nervous for interviews.
This is a music episode.
Oh,
It's
no,
much
I'm always
simpler.
nervous.
The White Studio is the nervous one.
Actually, I'm not nervous there.
You didn't come to the White Studio.
Oh, sorry, White Studio.
My White Studio.
Sorry. No, but normally with music, you're more nervous. I'm so calm with music.
Okay.
Interviews, talking, I'm so shy.
Really? But a lot of people, I think a lot of artists are actually like that. There is a completely different character and personality when they perform. Same as footballers. You put him on the football pitch, he's great. But then if you tell him to do public speaking presentation, he cannot be comfortable, you know?
Yeah, true.
He's not trained.
And I have to warm up a little bit.
Okay, we warm up. So the first question is easy. It's why music?
Why music? I don't know. My mom was always singing, like when we were young, always singing in the house, everywhere. Actually, the car, the drive from Holland to Maghreb, like that whole drive, singing with my dad in the car. So I always was admiring them. And when we get a bit older, we were starting singing with them. So we are 4 girls. We all sing.
All good voices? No.
Yes, they're all good. No, I cannot lie. But my sister had a really good voice. Yeah. And then she got like polyp.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know how to say it actually in Arabic or in English. But yeah, she got like a small bump on her...
vocal cords.
Yes.
Okay.
And they removed it, and من هذاك الآن her voice was not the same. My little sister, Shirin, she sings also.
Okay.
She's also an artist now. So she has a really beautiful voice. And Neda, she cannot sing. She can do everything very well, but she cannot sing.
Autotune.
She tried. She went to the studio.
I'm not a fan of autotune. I know it's useful to a certain degree, but I think people over-rely on it now.
True, and some people, they have the full sound. They really, really cannot sing, and they just have an autotune voice. For some people, it works.
Yeah, I talked to Tak. We had this conversation, and he was telling me something I didn't know. He's like, some voices, they're made for
Yes.
It's a thing. It's another skill.
Really true. I tried one time with just having fun in the studio, just to have the full autotune. It didn't.
Really?
It didn't fit me. So my friends were like, Inez, your voice is better without autotune than actually with.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
It's a good thing.
I cannot complain.
So your dad was singing in the car. He has a good voice also?
Yeah. Like a heavy voice. Okay. He's not a singer, but he has a good tone.
For the car?
For the car.
Okay. And what's your first memory of music? Was it that, or there is something much earlier?
No, Sarah, my mom. If I have to say music, my mom.
Really?
She was like a really, really good singer.
Do you think when you look at your mom that she has the what if?
Yeah. I asked her, I said, what if you could change? She said, I think you're living my dream now.
Okay.
So that's why I'm like, she's my strength. Like, if I think about it and I get a little bit spoiled, like, oh, I don't want to go to work today. I don't want to go to studio. I'm like, no. My mom would have loved to do this. Yeah.
And that's sometimes what we have to remind ourselves is that you are so blessed to be able to do something you're passionate about and make a living out of it.
True.
Okay, you grew up Moroccan in Holland. Two worlds, two sounds. How do they both coexist?
It's hard sometimes because I was born in Holland, and of course Maghreb is always like my identity, and it's like in my soul.
But do you feel it when you're living abroad and you're born abroad, or it's something you have to acquire?
No. Actually, I live in Holland, but I feel Moroccan, and it feels for me like I'm in a strange country. And I'm not just saying that to say that. I love Holland. Like, if I wanted, I could move to Morocco. It's just like I like to teach people our culture. Like every Dutch, like fully Dutch person, when we become friends or we get to know each other, I always let them go with the one word Moroccan. They need to know just one word. And I like to share the culture and the country with the Dutch people.
يا بلادي توحشتك ديما في قلبي وبالي فين غدا بيا يمي متفيني يا زهري مدليا.
Okay, I want one Moroccan word. I like Safi.
Safi is nice.
I like that
Safi
word.
khalas. I would say like something strong. Safi mabreich. Because you like the word Safi.
Safi mabreich?
Yeah. I really don't want to do it. Safi mabreich.
Okay.
Yeah.
تفهمني حسيت راسي بوحدي وماما اللي تفهمني شافت دمعة عيني وما قديت نخبي كانت باينة غير أنا اللي سدا عيني تفهمني حسيت راسي بوحدي وماما اللي تفهمني شافت دمعة عيني وما قديت نخبي كانت باينة غير أنا اللي سدا عيني
I laughed when I read this in the research. I read that you Googled how to release music without management or a label.
True.
Why didn't you want to sign with a label?
Because, listen, what I said, my mom was like in the music, and the old school music was, of course, way heavier than the music, what we have, like the industry music, what we have now. And my mom was always like, if you do something in music, never go to a label. They will force you to do this and this and that. They will change your whole image. And I was like, okay, noted. And when I wanted to try it out and to start releasing music, I was like just Googling, how can I release music without the label? And then I found out there were not much independent artists, especially in Holland, there were none. And I got like a website, DistroKid. I just took, I remember you had to apply with a credit card. I didn't have a credit card at that. I was 19 or 20. And I asked my friend, her mom, I think, like, please, I will give you money here. And then you can do like this subscription on the website. And she did it for me. And I just put the song on. And I didn't actually know that was going to release.
Oh, really?
It was just,
automatic?
Inshallah. Yeah. So I remembered Friday in the morning, I got a lot of messages of my friends. And they were like, oh my God, your song is online on Spotify. And I was like, huh? I didn't know.
So the website works. It just automatically...
It worked,
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
So yeah, and then I just asked around and I Googled way more about it. That's how I started actually. But it's a true story.
ماله هذا بغاني نبغيه قلتها لي أنا ونعود نقولها ليه أنا وياك نو نو بيني وبينك نو نو مش انت اللي بغيت وقلبي أنا وياك نو نو بيني وبينك نو نو خصك بزاف باش توصل لي أنا.
My video clips are very like modest and I try not to dress nakedly like I have young kids watching me. Like I'm not gonna wear like an open dress and I'm like, oh yeah, look at me, I'm so beautiful. And they want to do that too. No, I will cover up just to tell the kids like you don't need to be half naked to make it or whatever.
So.
انت ليا وانا ليك هادشي اللي قلتي ليا عمري انا ما خليك خسارة كذبتي عليا قولوا لي اش ندير انا بالي مشى ليا قولوا لي اش ندير كلفة تبقى فيا اي كنتي ليا اي لبتي بيا كل شي باين لابد بيك هديك انت خاين ضيعت وقتي عليك هاد المرة مستحيل ما يمكنش ترجع ليا وتوحدة ما تنسيك عارفك تفكر فيا انساني كد ونتوصل ليا انساني كلفة تبقى فيا اي كنتي ليا اي لبتي بيا كنتي ليا اي درت الثقة فيك ضيعت وقتي عليك كل شي باين لابد بيك هديك انت خاين ضيعت وقتي عليك
Tell me the story behind Menak Wla Meni.
Menak Wla Meni. Menak Wla Meni was, I went for the third time to the studio in my life. And it was a guy, he was also very young. He was also 16, I think, the producer. And we were sitting in the studio and like trying. Nothing was coming out. And I was so ashamed. I was like, I'm not an artist, man. I cannot do this. Like, it was all a dream for nothing. And then I was packing my... No, he told me like, Hadi, it's okay. You don't have to feel bad. Next time we plan again. And he was making me feel good. So I was packing my stuff and I was singing. And I was like, Menak Wla Meni. And he was like, now you're singing? The whole day you couldn't sing. 8 hours we're in the studio, couldn't sing. And then he was like, just try. And I said, it's not my song. He said, Hadi, just go. Just try it out. And I did. And when he pressed record, I sung that part and the rest just came afterwards.
Interesting.
I think it was 30 minutes or 40 minutes that I made that song.
منك ولا مني ما بقيش هامني سيدي لا تعذبني اللي بيني وبينك سهلة لما نجيك ما تجيني خسر وخليني بكيت لي عيني درتي في قلبي حالة مليت حبك سيك منك كان يجوني مار عمرك ما تثيق قلبي صبر.
And what about the story behind My Love?
I was... Listen, this is a funny story. I was married. I got married when I was 17. I don't know for sure how long in that period, but we got divorced.
Okay.
Like I was done. I wanted to divorce. I told we need to divorce today.
Okay.
Not tomorrow, not the day after. Today I need to get divorced. So we did. I got divorced. And in that moment, I started my music. So in that whole year that we were divorced, Menak Wla Meni and My Love was made.
يا غايب لي ما نسأل أحبابك اللي يحبونك ناموا لي لعيونك أنا بفكر فيك تبعد عني تنساني احتاجك جنبي تراني سيني جروحي وإحساني أنا مشتاق لعليك يا حبيبي لتروحي بعيد انت نصيبي قلبي وحيد انت اللي في قلبي والله انت اللي في قلبي
So it was all emotion. Like Menak Wla Meni was really from the heart and My Love also. But when I released that song, I got remarried with the same man. So we got remarried. And yeah, the story is like when we were traveling, he was always, we were singing that song, Fadel Shaker. And yeah, that's how I made that song actually.
So it was already released before you got remarried?
In that specific time when I remarried, the song also came out.
Okay.
So at first it was a heartbreak song. And then actually I was not heartbroken anymore. But then I got divorced again.
يا غايب لي ما نسأل أحبابك اللي يحبونك ناموا لي لعيونك أنا بفكر فيك تبعد عني تنساني احتاجك جنبي تراني سيني جروحي وإحساني أنا مشتاق لعليك يا حبيبي لا تروحي بعيد انت نصيبي قلبي وحيد انت اللي في قلبي والله انت اللي في قلبي
You took a 3-year gap. Why?
first of all, COVID happened. I was really an COVID artist. The moment My Love came out, and that was my chance to like actually really fly over the whole world. I had so many shows planned, and like that was my moment. I couldn't because COVID happened. And the moment COVID stopped, it was like, yeah, but what am I gonna do? Like I cannot go back to My Love and say, hi guys, I'm here. So I was like, should I just release or should I just take a break and wait till I know what I want to do? So that's what I did.
3 years.
Yeah, 3 years. Yeah.
What did you have to think
And I
about
also
it?
went to a divorce and I was really heartbroken and I
Yeah.
was not myself. So
Yeah, it makes sense. It's a package.
it was a difficult time.
You talked about writer's block, that you got it. How do you get over writer's block?
I cannot say writer's block because, to be very honest, I made 2 covers mashups. So I never actually wrote the 2 songs myself. More a creative block. I didn't know what to do. Should I go further with the mashups and covers? No, because people were like telling me, you can only do covers, you cannot make your own music. And I was like, I don't know what to do. There was no traveling, so I couldn't travel to writers to help me. I never wrote a song in my whole life, my own song. So I was just taking my time. I was like, or I just go and just do stuff, or I wait and I think about this very carefully, and step by step I will know what to do. But it was more creative block. I didn't know which.
So how do you solve it? By letting it be?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because at one certain point you have to just say like, okay, now I have to get out of it. For me, it was 3 years. It's long. Yeah, and at one point I think, or my sister or my friend, I don't remember, but I think my sister told me like, yeah, you just need to do it. Like at first you also didn't have a plan. You just went to the studio, you made a song, it went viral, the next one went viral, and you didn't know what you were doing. And actually, at the moment, I also don't know what I'm doing, so I'm just going with the flow. I'm following my heart.
معدود قلبي حبك وسلم مقدارك قدام عيونك يتكلم يا سلطان زماني ارحم صبية سهر عشقك وقواها كيا وعلى ودك اندير انا العجب حبيبي وما عندك من فين تعرف حبيبي وعلى ودك اندير العجب حبيبي.
Explain the butterflies. Why did you choose Farasha for the album title? And I saw you had them on the mic also.
Yes.
Which is nice.
I have a best
Before
friend.
you continue,
Yeah.
this week has been, you might like the story. This week, the amount of butterflies that have been mentioned on my tongue and in my life, it's unique. I'll tell you why. Only this week. I've never spoken about butterflies as much as this week. I don't think ever. So a few days ago, I had an Untold Story shoot. Untold Stories for the people who are not celebrities. And in the interview, he mentioned how his mom passed when he was 3 years old. And when he was a kid, he was told that a butterfly could be the soul of your mother. So every time he would see a butterfly, he would talk to the butterfly.
That's actually really
to see like it's if his mother visiting him. So that was the first time this week I hear the word butterfly in a nice way. And then somebody told me from the team, they're like, yeah, there is this theory that, butterfly is like ruh. You know,
They
I'm like,
say.
okay, that's nice. It's a nice. I never knew that. Then I watched today. I was just going through my videos, and I see a tennis player. This video is very cool. I should send it to you. You know when they want to throw and they want to hit the serve. So he puts the ball on the racket, and a butterfly lands on the ball in front of the whole stadium. And
That's
he's like, and he looks up. He's
crazy.
like, look at this, and then he kisses the
Oh
butterfly,
my God,
and then it
that's
goes.
cute.
And now you're the third person that brings up a butterfly.
I have this, like, I don't know why this video always comes on my For You page, like for years. I'm not lying. There's a married couple. They are getting married on the altar. And the girl, I saw the comments. I read the comments. The girl, her mom passed away. And then she started crying because her husband said something really cute on the cards, you know, the note that they tell each other, like the verses and everything. And he said something about her mother, and then a brown butterfly landed exactly here.
Wow.
And her mom, when she was a child, she always kissed her here goodnight, like not on her face, here. I don't know why. I think there's a story. She always kissed her, and the butterfly landed here, and she started crying. And Mia on the phone, and I was crying. So I always liked butterflies. I think they're so dreamy.
Dreamy.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it a dreamy album?
No. But it's an album full of layers. Like, it's so much diversity. You cannot pinpoint like one genre that's on there. And I have a best friend that always, when we were younger, she always tells when she saw me and I got ready and we had like a date or whatever, or like a lunch or whatever. She sees me, she says, "You look so cute. You look like a butterfly." So that stuck with me. And when my label told me like, what is the name of your album? And we were like, I was thinking. And I was like, Farasha.
Nice.
Farasha. Because actually my first EP was searching, and I was really searching. It was like a creative block. I didn't know what to make or which way to go. And then they asked me, okay, but what is the story behind this album? And I was like, yeah, actually, I'm still searching, but we cannot call it like searching. It's too obvious.
Still searching.
Still searching. But I found out that I'm not searching anymore. Actually, I'm just letting it flow. And I'm just flying my way till I find my destination.
That's a good answer, by the way.
دايما هيك بحكولي عنك انك انت دايما هيك بحكولي عنك انك انت دايما هيك بحكولي عنك انك انت دايما هيك دايما هيك شالك قلبي نادالك وانا يا روحي عيشالك ما في غيرك غالي عليا ولا شافت غيرك عينيا وانا عديت نجوم السما كان لي زيك انا مش لي زيك انا مش هبعد عنك أنا وتضلك أنت وأنا وتضلك أنت وأنا
I don't do much interviews. Also back in Holland, I don't do actually a lot of interviews.
How come?
I'm just very shy and it's a very big story, but I don't want to say I cannot have criticism. That's not it, because I can handle a lot of opinions. It's just in Holland they are like very, very hard. Like there's no filter. So, and I also know that when I do, like when they ask for an interview, the first story is, how did you feel when you got divorced? And I never wanted to tell that story, and I never actually talk about it. Like, this is the first time I really talked about it. So I thought, like, there has to be a way at one point that I need to get the feelings out. Just once and for all, because I'm done and I'm not thinking about it and it's all good and it's no hate or whatever. So I just put it in a song.
So if you don't like to do interviews, why did you do this one?
Because I really like when I watch your AB talks, like the normal one, I never go to therapy. I've been once, actually, and I didn't like it. But maybe it was just the person that was talking to me. It was not a match. And I feel like you're actually a therapist. And I thought, like, maybe I should do it because maybe it's I speak more.
Yeah, you're doing well.
Thank you.
Okay. What does modesty mean to you as a female artist?
سامحتك لكن ما نسيت لما الدنيا تهرب لما الدنيا بتمشي لما وقتك يخلص وحيد ندمان.
The word modesty, you said, I don't like to dress vulgar, I don't like to objectify women or make them just a sex object, but no, that you can be a talented woman with a very conservative look. So I know a bit of that, but why is it so important?
For me, if let's say a woman chose to be an artist or in any social way to be vulgar. How do you say it? You said
vulgar. Vulgar is like too much,
Yeah,
like
to be vulgar. If it's her choice, I'm good. Like, I don't mind it. Like, do you be whoever you want to be. But there are women, and I speak like really from, I met those women and they're like, I should wear this. Should I wear this or should I wear that? And I'm like, well, that one, the covered up one is very, very nice. You look so elegant. You look so classy. And she's like, actually, I should wear that because my label would like to have like a little bit more cleavage. And, you know, the views are also going up. The first time that I heard that, I was quiet for the whole day. And I'm very with people. I'm a very extrovert person. And I got home and I was thinking about it. I was crying actually because I was like, the fact that you think that you should dress that way to make your career successful breaks my heart. Because if I could tell her in her face, like, I think the covered up dress, if people saw you in that one, they would be like more in love with you than the half naked version. So for me, for the younger generation, I just want to tell them to really stick to your, I don't know the word in English.
Like values?
Yeah, values. So if you want to wear that because you love the way you dress like that, it's good. I'm just talking about the people that changing for other people because they think they get more likes. Then I'm feeling very sorry for you.
It's a very big topic, and I like the fact that you are not going with what's the common thing and what's the easy route. The easy route is to be half naked and get those kind of cheap views that people are not even focused on your voice. They're focused on your body or how you look like.
True.
أنا نسيتك مش خايفة منك ما تلامش علمك ستوب مع السلامة ما اسمع كلامك يلا برا.
That there are certain looks and styles that can be modest or simpler and not so provocative.
But you still look
and
very
every
sexy.
man is like, wow.
Yeah.
And every woman is like, wow. And I think there are a few content creators that I remember seeing that. And I think even in music, it's a big thing. And it's very sad when I go to a shopping mall and I see 12 years old girls or 14-year-olds and they're wearing short shorts or crop tops. And I'm like, how is this normal? But it's being normalized. Whether it's artists, whether it's parents, whether it's the social media, it's being normalized.
Yeah, true.
So now if your daughter she wants to wear more covered up, they'll make fun of her because that's not normal now.
Yeah, true.
But we should bring that back.
True, I agree. That's my main goal. And I have to tell you, I'm not like from a very strict, like we're religious. We have like a lot of values and rules at home. But my parents were so like open with us. Like I could wear everything that I wanted. And that's maybe why my mindset is like this. I really cover up for myself. I feel comfortable like this.
What insecurity did music help you heal?
Tell you really, really honest, and I'm being very honest here, really. I think music made me more insecure. I was never insecure. And I tell you, but with the time, of course, I think now I'm getting to the point that I'm more secure in my, and I'm more in like music artist person, not in private life. But I mean more like as an artist, music, in this industry and this work thing made me more insecure. But it was just because people in the music industry, when you're going viral, you're the best artist in their eyes. The moment you have like a just, I'm not saying you're not good anymore, but just you're not like the viral person, they start judging you, and they're like, I think she lost it. I think that she was just one hit wonder, you know? And I don't agree with that. Like that's the worst thing you can do and say to an artist, especially someone who doesn't know anything about the music industry. But for me, yeah, it made me more insecure.
I love how honest you are about this.
Yeah, but I'm getting to the point that I'm understanding music and the work in music more, that I'm like, aha, because if they say this, it means this. So I shouldn't be feeling insecure. It should actually, I have to get power out of that sentence that they said. So for me, it's just like I'm learning. I'm really, really learning still.
And it makes a lot of sense, because when you have popularity and fame, and you're not a girl in a classroom where 2 girls can make fun of you. You're a girl online that's popular that 200,000 people can make fun of you. Your brain is not used to 200,000 people saying that's a shitty song.
Yeah.
It's a very different kind of place to be as a human, to hear that much criticism. And it's nearly impossible to say it doesn't affect people. Whether you're an athlete playing in front of 50,000 people and they're booing you, you cannot say, I don't care.
No, I don't believe that. People really say that.
That affects you. But then you have to think, it's not so personal. And is there something to learn from it?
Sarah, I tell you also, Anas, it's not the people from outside actually that made me insecure. It's people that in the music industry. And I tell you, I thought about it, that should I say it? But actually, I really want to say that, because you go to a lot of people, you meet this one, and you meet this one, that one. And like truly, I saw it with my own eyes. Like when you're at the top and you're just like slowing a little bit down, but the moment you get that hit again, they're all like, love you again. And they're all like, oh, you don't know, we were friends. You came to me and we sat down and we had coffee. And I'm like, okay.
لو ألف الدنيا، لو ألف العالم، مش ممكن زي غرامك انت اللي بغرام. لو أقولك إني بحبك، الحب شوية عليك. لو سنة أنا ببعد عنك، برجع مشتاق لعينيك. هوايا من زمان يا.
If someone really wants to understand you, what song should they listen to?
Oh, that's really hard, actually. I think the last one that I performed.
Okay.
Because it's really from...
The one I like the most?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Yeah, it's really like me. Like when you meet me, maybe at the first for the first time, you will think like, whoa, you're so extrovert. And you're like very like harsh. But I think it's, my mom always says you have a really big mouth, but your heart is so small. So yeah, I think that's the most vulnerable you could see me. Yeah.
We need more of those songs then.
Inshallah, I will, please no one break my heart, but I will try.
Yeah. Shukran.
Thank you so much.
Merci.
Shukran.
يا شكونتا محال تكون ذاك اللي بغيت إلا ودو سكت وتحيت كان لي راجع وتسنيت وحيدة بقيت يا شكونتا ربي أنا وكلت فيك اليوم عليا وغد عليك عمر قلبي ما يسمح ليك يا تدور وتجيك يا شوف ولا تمنيت يعود أيام عمري تبدل يا خسارة صبري ويانا على الأقل تزاري ويانا يا شوف ولا تمنيت يعود أيام عمري تبدل يا خسارة صبري ويانا على الأقل تزاري ويانا خليتني مني للموج العبية ونار الحسرة توكل فيا قلبي مجروح يا ويليا درت النية خليتني مني للموج العبية ونار الحسرة توكل فيا قلبي مجروح يا ويليا درت النية شوف ولا تمنيت يعود أيام عمري تبدل يا خسارة صبري ويانا على الأقل تزاري ويانا يا شوف ولا تمنيت يعود أيام عمري تبدل يا خسارة صبري ويانا على الأقل تزاري ويانا واللي ما حمت ضعفي وكسرتيني قدام الناس صغتي بيا وانا اللي حسبتك عمري كتبغيني يا ويلي ويلي وروحك فيا يا شوف ولا تمنيت يعود ايام عمري تبدل يا خسارة صبري ويانا على الأقل تزاري ويانا Ik leer je spelen met mijn hart en nu gebruik ik hem nooit meer. Nooit meer, nooit meer. Habibti, t'es à mon amour. Notre vie c'est pas les affaires. Si tu ne veux ensemble pour toujours, me fais-nous de l'ail et des choses. Pour éloigner les vautours, c'est un autre temps qui les jose. Habibti, t'es à mon amour. Notre vie c'est pas les affaires. Inti في حياتي كل شيء. غدرتي ونسيتي كل شيء. كنتي بحياتي كل شيء. غدرتي ونسيتي كل شيء. وما ربحتي والو والو والو. ونسيتي كل شيء كل شيء كل شيء. وما ربحتي والو والو والو. ونسيتي كل شيء.